And welcome to the Note Buyers Academy. I believe that this is going to be the best academy that we've ever had. My goal is that you close a deal within the next 90 days. Okay. For referrals, I didn't realize I put that on a separate page. LinkedIn would be at the top of my list. Real estate groups. Real estate investors sell their houses. They carry back notes. They want to sell their notes because they want cash for another deal. Meetups. I told you the story of my nephew who he went to a meetup and he stood up and he said, "I'm a note buyer. I buy notes." And another guy said, "I have a note to sell." So meetups are really the hot item. And for a lot of people like me, I'm out of touch with that. I didn't realize that that's the now place to meet people. So if I were wanting to go out and network, I would be going to real estate meetups. Real estate fund managers, pool buyers, and I don't mean swimming pool. I mean people buying pools of notes. If you have the occasion, Noteworthy is having a big event in October. They have one every year. Those are great places to network. You have people who are buying and selling notes. You have investors there. And that's where they go. And there's a lot of times when you can do business with other investors, whether they have a deal that they're looking to place or whether they have notes themselves that they want to sell. It's Noteworthy. I believe it's October 13th that weekend. And I think that the website is noteworthyusa.com. But register through me because I think I get a little credit if you do. So if you're thinking about going, email me and I'll send you a link. They'll give me a link when it's time to sign up. It is in Vegas. And this is their 30-year anniversary, so it'll be a really nice event. You'll meet a lot of vendors there and people that can help you with your business. And they do a lot on non-performing as well as the seller carrybacks. Mobile home park operators. Now, don't be marketing for mobile home park operators unless you have someone who will buy those notes. Okay. Andrew, are you guys buying mobile home paper? I'm pretty sure I've sent you some.
We sure are. Typically, they have to be secured. Yes. Typically, they have to be secured by the land, but every once in a blue moon, we will buy one on its own merit. But it has to be just a killer note with, sweet value, great equity, and everything else. But normally, if it's secured by the land it sits on, we'll definitely buy them.
And permanently attached?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, we can perfect it after the fact as well. Mm-hmm. So we can go about making sure it has that a fixture title. But it doesn't necessarily have to be permanently attached when we're going through the transaction at the beginning. Okay.
And see, most institutional buyers won't buy mobile home park paper, and they wouldn't buy it if it was not permanently affixed. So see, that's another niche that FNAC can help you. Do you see how I mean that there are different people that do different things? So that's great to know. Okay. Divorce attorneys, I mentioned that, probate attorneys, real estate attorneys, financial planners. The only thing about financial planners is usually they want to put people into whatever they're getting a commission off of. So you're going to have to work them into your deal and pay them some kind of a fee or split commissions with them. Mortgage brokers often know who's carried back a note. Like if it was a second or something like that. But again, we don't buy seconds that often unless it's in California or someplace like that. Realtors are a good source. I like dealing with realtors who are also investors. I went originally, this is like the first year I was in business. I rented a table at the Ohio Realtors Convention in downtown Cincinnati. And I was the only note buyer there. And it was very simple. I made up some tri-fold brochures. I had business cards, and I had a banner at my table. I had people 10 and 12 deep lined up at every break because they had never heard of buying notes, and they wanted to know how it worked. One of my best deals on there, it was a realtor who he had 50-some notes that he had carried back himself. Lots of realtors, if they're active investors, will also hold notes. Okay? So that's a really, really good source. And if they know about notes, they can also encourage that type of thing. And normally it needs to be a broker. If it's a real estate agent, their broker's probably not going to let them talk notes. But if you're talking to a real estate broker who's running his own business and he can incorporate notes into it, and he's also an investor, that can be an invaluable source. My brother and I, we were buying some land. We were going to do a log home development in Adams County. And we go up to Adams County and we locate this land, and we're in the realtor's office. And, you know, sometimes I just like to be Donna. You know, not Donna Bauer, not the original note buyer, just Donna. And this was one of those days. And you know, just enjoying the Sunday, and we go look at this property. And so we're sitting in this realtor's office, and my brother says, "Do you know who my sister is? Her name's Donna Bauer, and she's the note buyer. And you can Google her, and you can see that." It's like, oh, man. "Well, what do you do? What do you mean you're a note buyer?" I said, "Well, you know, if you have notes, I'll buy them from you." And he says, "Like, do you buy land contracts?" I said, "Yeah, I can buy land contracts." And he says, "See those two file cabinets over there? They were filled with land contracts." So I spent like 4 or 5 days in his office the following week giving quotes to him. I mean, it's a gold mine. When you find somebody like that, I mean, it is amazing, because a lot of realtors will carry back, like if they're realtors and they're investors. And he had done a lot of subdivisions and stuff like that. And so when he would sell, he would carry back, he would sell it on a land contract. So those are the kind of deals that you look for. I mean, it's hard to look for, but you get them because you're out in the business. And that's why networking, I mean, I wasn't even going there to look for a note. But once you have to put yourself out there. You have to be in the atmosphere and in the place where things are happening, and that's how you come across these deals. That didn't come from my website. He didn't get a letter from me. I mean, but we were in the right place, and that's what he does, is real estate. And so you need to take advantage of every opportunity and talk about it. You know, I was being incognito, but my brother, he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da. So you need to do that for yourself, or take your sister or brother along with you. I don't know. Bail bondsmen are also a good source, because they take mortgages on people's property when they put up bail. And trust me, they don't want the house. Okay, so hopefully that gave you some ideas. And again, we're going to talk about that more later this afternoon. But what I wanted you to see here is, on this particular deal, Rick is the student who did this deal, and he sent her a letter. So it was one of the letters, and she responded to it. What makes the academy are the people who come. Okay, thank you.